2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions.
That's it, baby.
Detroit Lions getting ready to set up shop for their first offensive series. And as we think about the quarterback position, it's been a revolving door in 2019. Of course, Matthew Stafford, longtime starter, out with a back injury. They turned to Jeff Driscoll for 3 weeks. He was then sent to the IR with a hamstring issue. So enter undrafted rookie David Blau from Purdue, his first start on Thanksgiving Day. But through all of that, do you see Matt Stafford, Charles, as the Lions QB in 2020?
If he so chooses to be the quarterback in 2020, yes. And what I mean by that is, at this stage of his career, does Matthew Stafford go to his front office and say, hey, I've been here a long time. Things haven't worked out the way we wanted. I want to go to a place where I have a chance to win right now. And that's not unprecedented. I'm not sure I see Matthew Stafford doing that. If he wants to be the quarterback of the Lions in 2020, the job most certainly will be his.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. And that's complete to Jesse James. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Seahawks back out of the field here, getting set for their next drive. You know, this is a team that, great record this year, double digits and wins again, but they have played a lot of close games in 2019, haven't they?
They think it's character building, and they think it's going to serve them well come the cauldron of the playoffs. That when you play those intense games, those close games, they've been there before. Look at them. They beat the Steelers by...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker.
You can try and underthrow it and go back shoulder, but your timing has to be impeccable. And here, I think it was much more of a duck than a designed back shoulder throw.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit him with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. Well, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
To the air again, Stafford. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Stafford with a give. This is Riddick. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford now to throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Oh, he fakes the spike. He'll try and run it, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. Well, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
On 1st down, it's Carson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice Inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a play fake here on first down. Good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Carson. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. If they can't come up with something here, they're looking at a quick 3 and out.
Well, guess what? You get the ball in the hands of your best player to his favorite play and try and salvage something out of this drive. Now, of course, if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're thinking the exact same thing, so they better provide him some help on this one.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown.